This podcast is sponsored by Verversity.com. Elevate your professional skills with courses designed by PhDs, powered by AI. Visit Verversity.com and start your learning journey today.
Boost your Spanish vocabulary. Tips for lifelong language learning. Discover practical tips to improve your Spanish vocabulary, from themed word groups to online courses and lifelong learning strategies. Learning Spanish vocabulary, tips, tricks, and some fun insights. Hey, I wanted to share some thoughts about learning Spanish vocabulary today. If you've ever tried to pick up a new language, you know how tricky remembering words can be, especially when you're juggling everything else in life. Spanish is one of the most popular languages out there, but there's something special about how its vocabulary works that makes it both a challenge and a joy to learn. First off, vocabulary isn't just about memorizing a huge list of words, right? It's about context, culture, and making those words stick in your brain. A great way to start is by focusing on the words you'll actually use in daily conversations. Things like greetings, hola, buenos dias, common verbs, ser, tener, hacer, and essential nouns, casa, comida, amigo. When you start with practical vocabulary, you can quickly build confidence and feel like you're actually making progress. One thing I found super helpful is grouping words together by themes. For example, food and drinks, pan, bread, agua, water, fruta, fruit, cafe, coffee. Travel words, aeropuerto, airport, hotel, tren, train, mapa, map. Emotions and feelings, feliz, happy, triste, sad, cansado, tired, emocionado, excited. Why is this important? Well, it's easier for your brain to connect related words, and it gives you a mini story to remember them by. It's less about cold recall and more about building a network in your mind. Also, don't be afraid to mix up your learning style. Some people swear by flashcards, which are great for quick recall and repetition. Apps like Anki or Quizlet let you create flashcards on the go. Perfect if you're squeezing in study between work or errands. Others prefer reading articles or listening to Spanish podcasts to hear vocabulary in real life. Even singing along to Spanish songs or watching movies with subtitles can boost your comprehension. Now, if you're more into structured learning, online courses can be a life changer. They offer organized lessons and often incorporate multimedia tools, quizzes, and a supportive community. That's where platforms like Verversity, platform for PhD-level online courses, come in. While they're known for advanced academic courses, exploring their offerings can also connect you to materials on language, culture, and learning strategies that enhance your adult education experience. This is especially suited for those interested in continuing education or professional development, blending language skills with lifelong learning. Personally, I think the biggest game changer is incorporating language into your daily life. For example, whenever I see an object, I say the Spanish word out loud in my head. Even labeling items around your house with sticky notes can boost vocabulary retention. And don't worry about mistakes. Those slip-ups are part of the process, and native speakers appreciate the effort more than perfection. One useful trick is remembering cognates, words that look similar in both English and Spanish because they've got the same roots. Words like familia, family, doctor, and importante, important, are easy wins. Spotting cognates quickly expands your vocabulary without drowning in memorization. By the way, because Spanish is such a rich language, you'll find that many words can have slightly different meanings depending on the country or region. For example, carro means car in many Latin American countries, but in Spain, they usually say coche. This is a fun way to learn about culture alongside language. It keeps things interesting. Whether you're learning Spanish as a hobby, for travel, or for professional purposes, there's no one-size-fits-all. It's about combining tools and approaches that fit your lifestyle and learning habits. Distance learning and continuing education options make it easier than ever to fit Spanish study into a busy schedule. And if you want to explore how to advance your skills thoughtfully, check out Verversity. They offer a ton of resources that help turn your passion for lifelong learning into real achievement. In summary, to boost your Spanish vocabulary, try. Focus on practical, everyday words first. Group words by themes for easier recall. Use a mix of study methods, flashcards, listening, reading. Explore structured online courses for guidance. Incorporate Spanish into your daily life actively. Take advantage of cognates to expand your base quickly. Be curious about regional differences and cultural context. Every successful launch team functions seamlessly when each member understands their responsibilities. Here are the core roles your team should include. If you're interested in more structured learning options, especially ones with a strong academic foundation, be sure to check out Verversity, platform for PhD-level online courses. Explore courses now. It's a fantastic resource to enrich your adult education and keep those language skills sharp through lifelong learning.